phase, after a person becomes aware of your business, the consumer starts to do what we call search, more discovery. They want to learn about your license, your insurance business, right? They want to know what is it all about. And so now in this day and age, there are many places more than ever where people are searching for your types of businesses. You have Google, which is my favorite, but actually no, my second favorite. My favorite is Siri. I know many times when I'm driving down the street, I'm like, Siri nearest Starbucks, Siri nearest whatever. And there she goes. Okay, well. So there's so many different places more than ever where directories where you can, look for whatever you're looking for business-wise. Now the question for you as a business owner, in this stage, do you know how findable your business is online and what places you're aware of that you are on? I bet you guys don't know, majority of you are business, if you have an LLC registered in the state of Maryland or anywhere actually, your business is in so many different directories because there are 3 to 4 data aggregators and like Data Axle, some of you might be aware of them, and so many other ones. But the 3 to 4 main ones, what their job is to gather data from the states. They gather data from so many different places that you put your information on, and then they push all that data to Google. They push they distribute them to MapQuest, to Yelp, to all these places. So now your business is present in different locations that you might not be aware of. And that can be a bad thing because, especially for example, Google Business. A lot of people here probably have a Google Business profile, right? Raise your hand if you have a nice. Some people have the Google Business, but you're not, you haven't taken ownership of it, right? Did you go through the process of taking ownership of yours? Good. Because what happens is your competitor, or just, someone wanted to be malicious, they can take ownership of your own business identity online, put in false information. They're just, worst case scenarios, right? But either way, you want to have access and you want to be the one that has control of your business's presence online so that you can control what kind of content is being put out there because that is representing your brand, right? So again, let's take another example of a local business here in Maryland. I'm looking for a communications business. Quick question, if you were looking for a communications business, where would you search? Google? Anywhere? Okay. But let's see, we're looking for, again, communication businesses in Mount Rainier. Let's see what we find. Now, Ron already told me that, or Mr. Ron, already told me that there's was it Mingus?
Yes.
Mingus. I don't want to pronounce it wrong this time. So we're going to see if we can find them just off of a search. So they're not really top here, but that's fine. We can.
So there's,
yes.
On both searches you've done, something's come up that's a little bit unique to the hyper-local, not y'all foreigners from Hyattsville, but like super local people in Mount Rainier, is we have the same name as something much bigger, much more famous, that also is inside of something bigger and more famous with the same name that's on the other side of the country and has nothing to do with us. So like when both searches have pulled up Mount Rainier National Park, Mount Rainier, the big mountain.
Right.
And that's there's a lot to cut through there.
Yeah.
That feels like a barrier for Mount Rainier businesses. And maybe there are other forms of the same thing where there's namespace clutter for your name, business name, something like that.
And this is where SEO search engine optimization comes in hand, right? And for my business, Tek Remedy, when I actually started, I had it as TECH, like actual tech, because my background is in computer science. I've been working in tech for just a shy of a decade now. But then I changed it to TEK to be more creative, and plus someone got my domain name before I got it. So I had to get creative, and it worked out because I'm not just doing hardcore tech for businesses. I'm doing much more than that, digital marketing and much more. But SEO is what has been helping me to get my ranking up organically, right? This is without having to pay. There's a lot of agencies out there that'll tell you, pay us your money, and we'll put you up there on the top, whatever, on top of Google. But you want to also, when you're building your website, you want to not use those SEO keywords that are to your own business. And you can put, maybe somewhere in your website, maybe in your blogs, you have hashtag, builders in Mount Rainier, city of Mount Rainier, and just different variations of that. So definitely look into SEO for your business if you're going to put your stuff online. Since the name can be multi-utilized now. Okay. Now, all right, so with Mingus, when we look them up, we do see, okay, they are an existing business. They do have a website. I did check out their website. But the thing here is, again, we know that from the question we asked earlier, if you're looking for a communications business, you're going to go to Google and say, hey, Google, find me whatever in this area. And we did that, and we didn't see that. Now, let's say you are word of mouth, were referred to Mingus, and you go to you just search them up. Their MapQuest, as you can see, they haven't really actually claimed ownership of their profile on MapQuest, but that's fine because I personally don't use MapQuest. Do anyone use MapQuest? No. Yeah, it's outdated, but that's fine. It's a directory that helps to push your business out there anyway. When we look at their Facebook, I would love to ask, what do you see basically with their social media platform here?
The content is old.
Huh?
The content is old.
Okay. Old content. So I think, in addition to perhaps some old content, I don't see a lot of consistency, right, with their marketing online. And then on their website, when I did check, unless they have updated their website in the past few hours. What do you guys see in the website? How does that, let's go to their homepage. How do you feel? How likely are you to do business with them? You can keep it real.
To me, it looks like a generic website. You know how you go someone, you pay somebody to build a website, you build a website. It still kind of looks generic. It doesn't feel I don't feel connected by it.
Gotcha.
It seems easy enough, tab here, tab
Yeah.
here, tab there. So I thought it was user friendly.
Yeah, user friendly, yes.
So sorry. I can't really, so I agree with what she said, it is user friendly, but what service do they provide? I'm not clear, it's not clear on what exactly is being offered to the users.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so that's where we want, again, you guys are kind of like the consumers right now. And exactly what you just did, the questions you're asking, is what your own consumers would likely be asking for your own business, right? Not clear on who exactly you're serving, what it is that you're doing. You want to be very clear when you have your website, when you have your digital presence, you want to be clear on what you're doing, who you're serving, all of that messaging needs to be clear. And then you also want to be in places where people can find you, right? So if anyone does talk to the folks at Mingus Communication, we want to encourage them to be in places where they will be likely to be found, like Google. All right? Any questions before we move on? All right. Let me show you really understanding everything. So after people find your business, typically consumers will see your reviews, right? When they're searching online and find you, they're seeing your reviews right away. And when a consumer uses ratings, when they leverage reviews or recommendations to help them compare choices, this is going to impact and affect that zero moment of truth that we talked about earlier. This is where they're going to choose which business they're going to do business with, right? And the question for you at this stage is, what's your average review score? Do you have any negative reviews that you're aware of? And if you do, have you actually taken care of them? So I'm not gonna pick on any other business again, but I would like to pick on the business here. Let's see. Would anyone like to volunteer their business for us to take a look at online? Yes, I love it. Okay, what's the name of your business?
PressureLifestyleBrand.com.
Fresh, okay, and you are clothing brand.
Yeah.
Clothing brands in Mount Rainier?
It would be DC.
Okay. Wow, a lot of stuff's gonna come up. What was the name of yours?
Pressure Lifestyle Brand.
So, definitely we can do some more work with, again, SEO. Do you have your Google profile?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I'll probably get that. You won't be up here. But this is again where people are gonna go to find you, or they go to Instagram or TikTok, right? Because now a lot of the younger generation, like I'm not part of, I am. One of my generation will definitely be on, I know I'm on Instagram, I'm so on TikTok. So if I'm looking for clothing, I am looking on those places. And in addition to that, Google, right? And Google is just a great example to show how marketing really is, they have literally, what's the word, stolen the word search, right? Search engine, now we all say Google, right? Instead of saying, hey, let me go search for this, they'll tell you, hey, Google this, right? That's what marketing, strong marketing can do for your business. And good marketing can do for your business. But for you, I would say in terms of creating, building reputation, because you can see here, for example, these guys here, let's just use them, Joss Bank. What did they do?
They create these suits.
Oh, and clothing, nice, okay. Let's see what their reviews are looking like. So they have some good and bad reviews. I always go with the lowest. Let's see what they're saying. Now, first thing first, if you're going somewhere on searching a business, you find them online, you're looking at the reviews and what people are saying, and if you notice there's some poor reviews, but the owner actually responded, how does that make you feel as a prospective customer?
Better. Seen, heard.
Seen and heard and better. So that's something that I noticed. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll show you guys one of the businesses here, and I love that they at least are responding to these people. Now I know as a business owner, you're thinking, I can't spend my time doing all this, being on Google, responding to everybody individually. We do have something that we provide to our customers to help ease this, and I'll show you guys a sample of it. But I will show you you know what, I don't want to do it. Yes?
Just do it.
I'm going to do it.
Do it.
So I had a quick question. I noticed, like in the past and with other generations, if we bought a product or a service and we were dissatisfied, we would either call or go back to the business and speak to the manager or the supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and age, a lot of people will post, and I'm wondering if you have like any stats as to know whether or not they do go and speak to that business owner or manager first, or they just automatically go and do this type of reviews or posting online. Because if that is what they do, instead of doing things the way other generations did, you as a business owner really have to respond, because nobody's coming into the store or picking up the phone to tell you anything anymore. This is the new way of doing things, and you have to be able to keep up with it.
Absolutely. Just quick question in the room, if you could raise your hands, if you've had a bad experience at a restaurant or at a business, how many of you have gone back to the actual business to say, hey, I didn't like this and that? So I have 2, 3.
You have to be a foodie, you have to be a foodie to do that.
You have to be okay.
A foodie
Yeah.
wants to be heard and seen,
Yeah.
and they understand that they communicate their grievance in a very kind way,
Mhm.
that they get a credit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I am definitely always.
She said, okay. Yes.
When it comes to food, yeah, I used to when I carry out, it's not just just the food itself. It's if it's a restaurant, there's the server, there's the hostess. It's many people involved.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go? What type of this? I mean, if the food was excellent, but the service was bad, then are you gonna just say that the food, that restaurant sucks?
Yeah.
The food was great, everything else was good. It was just, you don't know that it was not good.
So the opposite, how many of you guys have had a bad experience, and thank you for sharing, how many of you all have had a bad experience in a business, whether restaurant or not, and you just went straight to like Google review or Yelp to write a review?
Not me.
So I said, oh, don't take your hand down now.
There is, it's not
Right. I won't lie, I have done that. I have.
I think it's a younger generation. My daughter's 12, and she loves writing reviews. I mean, look, she's right there.
Exactly.
Today's generation, like I raise my hand because I've done that,
Yeah.
but first recourse to me is always to talk to somebody. And I think that what we see is the younger and younger the generation, the more social anxiety there is, the less comfort dealing with strangers particularly.
Right.
And that impacts this kind of thing where if I'm at a restaurant and they're messing up, I want to let them know so they can make it right and give them that chance. And I notice my 17-year-old has no such thing because they're not going to talk, they're not going to criticize them to their face. And I'm like, I'm doing them a favor. I'm a loud mouth who's willing to say it. They need to hear.
No, I totally agree. I would lie when it comes to food. I would do it to your face. Just because I know you're handling my food. Yeah, but then I would never go back.
No, like for example, something for me is like, when I take food home, right? And I just look at it, I don't take a loss. Oh, it's messed up. I'll let them know, hey, I love this place, love the food service, so it's great. Like you guys forgot my side, or you overcooked my such and such. Just wanted to kind of give an insight to what's going on. I try to be positive about it because one, like they're filling their food, and two, it's hard. Like I don't want to be a negative person and get that negativity. I want to be more helpful.
Yeah.
And it always works out for me in the end too.
As a business owner, you can only control so much. So if there's a bad experience or one of your employees is having a bad day and they kind of get sleepy with a customer, the business owner doesn't necessarily is aware of that situation. And it's always good to, bring it up to them and say, hey, look, this is going on, so you can, keep your level of service and experience.
Nice. Well, no, I definitely, again, like I said, Destiny, did you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, from a younger person's perspective, I know if I'm at a restaurant, usually I don't have a bad experience, but if I'm at a restaurant and, I don't know, I don't like the food, there's something in me that doesn't want to be an inconvenience to them, but I know that the food is inconveniencing me. So if I'm with someone, I'm like, hey, can you, tell them that, I don't really like my food, or there's sometimes, or most of the time I will say, hey, I don't really like this, but with you, I don't want to cause no problems. I don't want nobody to spit on my food or anything. But I think there is a anxiousness with the younger generation with not wanting to inconvenience anyone or cause any type of trouble in a way.
I think the younger generation, especially in this age of influencers and Instagram, if you go somewhere that you had a great experience, you're posting a picture and hashtagging had a great time at X restaurant or X festival. If you have a bad experience, they're doing the same thing, but they're doing a video. This place sucks, never come back here.
Or they'll,
So you're not really, so you're not really getting like those Google reviews as much as the older generation.
Yeah.
And they won't say the thing. Like, this is something that
I was gonna say.
Oh, I might feel bad inconveniencing someone, but I will go burn them to the ground online. The first thing, like, I've seen people at the table, like younger people that I was hanging out with, where they like won't tell the server that there's something wrong, and they are torching the place on their phone already.
Or I was gonna say they'll make a video about it. They won't say the name of the restaurant, but they'll like give hints to like what the business or what it was. Yeah.
Right. So clever.
Can I speak with the older generation?
Yes, sir.
So I think that we are a little less patient in the older generation because back when we were coming along, there weren't as many choices. Now there's so many choices, so we have raised our level of expectation really high. So we automatically innately expect to be, because we have so many choices, we could have went 10,000 other places. We came here, and so when we don't get that because our level of expectation is so high, it's frustrating. It really is. I mean, the level of service not being almost impeccable is frustrating to older people.
Yeah.
Because we realize that we had so many choices that we didn't have before. So I thought
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all so much for your feedback thus far. So in all, again, depending on, we've seen how the younger generations are handling the reviews. We've seen how the older generations are handling the reviews. But in this day and age, again, if your business is in the digital world, you want to make sure that you're able to respond to those reviews. And people are still using Google reviews and so much more. But again, I look at Gut Food, which they're amazing, right? They are. I went there, I liked the product that they had, but they had a lot of bad reviews. And the thing is, a lot of people would like some of these reviews. The bad reviews, and a lot of people shared their reviews, but no one from the team has responded. And that's something that I want to encourage every business here. When you take ownership of your online presence, you want to start making sure that you are communicating. And I will show you an easy tool that you can use to help you with that. So at Tek Remedy, we do have a product, the Reputation Manager product, right? It was launched out. And I'll show you how easy it is to help you guys manage your reviews, to even request this for food-based businesses, for architecture work. The review is going to be different, right? You may not have a lot of reviews because you're not having, 5,000 people coming to your doors in a day. But you want to be able to, after maybe consulting a person, you've been able to provide the model, 3D model of what their new home is going to look like. You want to be able to now send them some sort of email, and some email sequences should go out to say, hey, you've done consulting with us, we built your 3D model home. Let us know how we did online, right? So I'll show you a quick sample. And another thing that I love about the tool here is this is just our review, Tek Remedy. And you can see everybody that said something, we give a response. Now, I did not sit down and actually craft this response myself. One of the things and features that our tool comes with is that you're able to just click the AI response, just click the button, and it would actually generate a custom and tailored response. Every last response was the AI tool that did it. I don't have that kind of energy and time. You don't have that kind of energy and time, so let's save the energy and time, okay? And then my other favorite piece is the review request. Oh, well, there is a review widget that you can actually implement on your website. So that way you can, depending on where you're getting your most reviews, whether Facebook or Google or Yelp, right? It will find all of that information online of you. And then you can actually take the code and share it with your web developer, and then on your website, it's gonna be embedded real time reviews that people are sharing of you. And then, what else was there? Let's go back. My favorite piece, which is the review request. I love text messages. I feel like everyone always reads it. Well, how many people don't read their text messages too? Okay, we have that. Okay. Okay, cool. I always read my text message, so I love to send just SMS, and on the side, as you can see here, a preview of what's going to be sent out to the customer or recipient. So let's select me, and it's so much harder to see from this side. All right, so that's me. I'm going to do a SMS review request to my phone, and I can show you all how that works. So just like that, you know, a request has been sent via text. I just got the text, right? And now I can easily, assuming that I was your customer, I came in for the consultant, I came in to learn about insurance, and you know, you helped me with whatever it is you helped me with, like sign up for maybe life insurance, I don't know. And now you're like, no, give me a review, a text is sent, I can respond, click on the link, right? And I can write my own response. And then that will also be populated on your Google profile or whatever profile that you want to leverage. Any questions before we continue?
So for a business owner, that AI response is it's an auto response tailored specifically to
Tailored to the specific the review that you were receiving.
And that's part of your software?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you review that first, or does it just post?
No, you review it. And if you don't like it, you can regenerate, or you can just, you know, modify it with your human touch. But it does already give a human touch. Like as you guys could see in the past, when I had the response, it actually put the person's name in there. Thank you, Angela, for this one. We're happy to have done this for you, blah, blah, blah. Right. All right, so if there's no further questions, we'll continue. What time is it? 7. Okay, let's make it quick. The next step in the consumer's journey is finally connecting with your business, right? Consumers are looking for quick and easy ways to, you know, make an order, book online, set up an appointment, come into your office, talk to you. The question you want to ask yourself during this stage is your website, which for many people, the conversion point is typically going to be the website. You want to know if your website is making it really easy for you to convert people and then become an actual paying customer.